Have you ever had an idea so wild that everyone around you just laughed and told you it would never work? You're sure it could change the world, but nobody sees the vision? Well, this is the story of Danny Thompson, a man who was mocked, humiliated, and completely laughed at on national TV. Danny's invention, which the sharks on Shark Tank called useless, went from being a complete joke to a multi-million-dollar empire. From being rejected by the world to becoming a household name in pet accessories. Danny's ultimate comeback is a tale of perseverance and believing in yourself when everyone else says no. Curious about how this all unfolded? Stick around, because in the next few minutes, we're going to reveal how Danny proved everyone wrong and turned his crazy idea into a global sensation. Before we jump into the story, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's free, but your support means the world to us. By subscribing, you'll be the first to hear more amazing stories just like this one. It was the moment that would forever define Danny Thompson's journey. The moment that would either break him or push him to achieve the impossible. Danny stood at the center of the stage on Shark Tank, gripping his prototype, the rainbow-colored cat selfie stand. His palms were sweaty, his heart racing as the spotlight beamed down on him, threatening to swallow him whole. He had prepared for this day for months, but standing there in front of the most ruthless investors in the world, it suddenly felt like everything was spiraling out of control. He had believed in his invention, his cat selfie stand, a quirky yet innovative idea designed to help pet owners capture perfect selfies with their cats. It was supposed to be the next big thing, a fun gadget that would appeal to the millions of cat lovers around the globe. But as he looked at the faces of the investors, all of his confidence seemed to melt away. The sharks were laughing at him, laughing at his idea, mocking the very thing he poured his heart and soul into. The Kevin O'Leary look-alike, dressed in a sharp navy suit, leaned forward, his cold eyes never leaving Danny. A sly grin spread across his face as he spoke with a voice dripping with mockery. "You're not an inventor. You're a delusional clown." The words hit Danny like a ton of bricks. The audience, not missing a beat, erupted in laughter, their mocking chuckles echoing in the studio. Danny could feel his face flush with embarrassment, his heart sinking in his chest. It was as though the whole world was telling him, "You're not good enough." One of the other investors, a younger woman, shook her head dismissively. "This is a joke, right? A selfie stand for cats." The snickers from the other sharks only amplified the sting of rejection. Danny could hardly believe what was happening. This was the moment he'd worked for, the moment that would make or break him, and here they were, tearing him down. Then came a contract. With a single swift motion, the investors handed it back to him, torn in half. The torn contract lay on the glass table before him, a symbol of failure, a brutal slap in the face. He had been rejected on national television, and not just rejected, humiliated. For a split second, Danny felt defeated. The ridicule of the investors was unbearable. But in the silence that followed, something remarkable happened. Instead of letting the shame take hold, a quiet fire began to burn within him. He wasn't just going to walk off that stage in defeat. He wouldn't give them the satisfaction of seeing him quit. This was far from over. The world may have laughed, but Danny knew he would prove them wrong. The cat selfie stand wasn't just another gadget. It was a game changer. A tool designed to help pet owners, particularly those with cats, capture perfect selfies with their furry friends. The idea stemmed from the deep emotional connection between people and their pets. Danny believed that pet selfies were more than just a trend. They were a way for pet owners to express love, affection, and pride for their companions. But to the sharks, the idea was simply absurd. Danny had spent months working on the stand, refining its design, making sure it was user-friendly, sturdy, and easy to use. The product wasn't just about taking photos. It was about creating a shared experience between owners and their pets. He knew that the emotional bond between a person and their cat was special, and this invention could help people capture those moments in a way that felt genuine and fun. But none of the sharks saw it the way he did. The moment Danny pitched the invention, the mood in the room shifted. The sharks exchanged skeptical glances, and one of the investors let out a loud chuckle. A selfie stand for cats, he laughed, shaking his head in disbelief. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. The other sharks joined in, their laughter ringing in Danny's ears. They snickered, one even rolling their eyes in mockery, as if the whole idea was a joke. Danny could feel the heat rise to his face as they ripped apart his dream. They didn't see the potential in the product. All they saw was a quirky, weird idea that didn't fit into their world of big investments and high returns. The audience at home, though, seemed to share the sharks' skepticism as they watched the scene unfold. It felt like everyone was laughing at him. For a brief moment, Danny questioned everything. His heart raced, and a sinking feeling settled in his stomach. He was standing on the edge of a cliff, and the world seemed to be watching, waiting for him to fall. But then, he remembered something. Every breakthrough idea that had ever made a real impact was once ridiculed. Every visionary who changed the world was once told they were crazy. From the Wright brothers to Steve Jobs, no great success came without its fair share of doubt and mockery. The world didn't see what he saw, but it would. What they didn't understand was that the cat selfie stand wasn't just another gimmick. It wasn't just a random product. It was a chance for people to celebrate their love for their pets in a fun, meaningful way. And though they didn't get it then, Danny knew he had something big, something that could change the way pet owners shared their lives with their pets. The invention that everyone laughed at was about to become something far bigger than anyone could imagine. For the next 3 months, Danny Thompson was barely holding it together. His dreams felt like they were slipping through his fingers. His bank account, once filled with hopes of success, was now almost empty. He was down to his last $100, a single check in his wallet that he dreaded cashing. Each day, the weight of the rejection from Shark Tank grew heavier. He couldn't help but question everything he had worked for. Was the cat selfie stand really that bad? Maybe the sharks were right after all. Maybe his idea was nothing more than a crazy pipe dream, and he wasn't cut out for this world of invention and business. With every rejection letter, every email ignored, the doubt began to gnaw at him. The passion that had once driven him now felt distant, replaced by the crushing reality of failure. Every sleepless night spent perfecting his prototype felt like a waste. He spent his days watching the world pass by while his dreams seemed to wither. It wasn't just a business failure. It was a personal one. And in his weakest moments, he wondered if it would be better to just let go of the cat selfie stand and move on. But then, in the midst of his despair, something incredible happened. One morning, Danny's phone started to buzz relentlessly, a constant stream of notifications flooding in. At first, he thought it was just spam, but when he saw the @Cat Lady Queen handle flash across the screen, his heart skipped a beat. Cat Lady Queen was a massive influencer in the pet community, someone with millions of followers who adored everything related to cats. She had posted a video of her cat using the cat selfie stand, and it was nothing short of hilarious. The video was cute, fun, and so relatable. In the video, the cat, an adorable fluffy fur ball, awkwardly posed with the stand, while Cat Lady Queen shared her excitement over the stand's functionality. It was a perfect blend of humor and heart, and the internet ate it up. The video went viral. Within hours, Danny watched as the video amassed millions of views, and soon, he saw the social media shares piling up. Pet owners everywhere were tagging their friends, saying things like, "I need this," and "Where can I get one for my cat?" The cat selfie stand was no longer a punchline. It was a movement. Retailers began calling. They wanted to stock the product on their shelves. Investors who had once turned him down were reaching out with offers, eager to get in on the action. What was once a joke in the Shark Tank studio was now the hottest product in the pet market. Danny's invention, once ridiculed, was now being sold out in stores. Pet owners, influencers, and even celebrities were snapping up the cat selfie stand. The world had gone from laughing at him to fighting to get their hands on his product. The days of doubt and struggle were over. Danny had done it. The cat selfie stand was no longer just an idea. It was a global sensation. Danny Thompson had done the unthinkable. From a laughingstock of Shark Tank to the king of pet accessories, his transformation was nothing short of extraordinary. His invention, once dismissed as ridiculous by some of the most powerful business minds in the world, was now a multi-million-dollar empire. The cat's selfie stand, which had been mocked for its sheer absurdity, was no longer just a quirky idea. It had turned into a global sensation, with demand skyrocketing across the world. Within months of the viral video, the cat selfie stand was no longer confined to the world of niche pet gadgets. It was everywhere. It flew off the shelves of major stores, from Walmart to Target to online giants like Amazon. Celebrities began showing off their own selfies with their cats using the stand. Influencers flooded social media with posts about it, creating even more buzz. The stand was featured in pet blogs, TV segments, and viral challenges. It wasn't just a product. It had become a cultural phenomenon. Danny didn't just sell a product. He created a movement of people united by their love for their pets, who found joy in sharing special moments with their furry companions. Pet owners, young and old, began capturing their perfect moments with cats, sharing their selfies on social media. The cat selfie stand was the perfect tool to help them celebrate these connections, and Danny's brand grew at an explosive rate. People no longer saw it as a silly invention. They saw it as an essential part of their lives. As the money started pouring in, so did the apologies. The very investors who had laughed at Danny just months before were now reaching out to him with offers. They had seen the success of the cat selfie stand, and they wanted in. They wanted to partner with Danny, invest in his brand, and be a part of the revolution he had started. But by then, Danny didn't need them anymore. He had done it on his own. He had taken a risk, faced humiliation, and emerged victorious. Danny's success proved one undeniable truth. Never underestimate the power of believing in your own vision, even when the world is laughing at you. The investors who had mocked him were now the ones begging for a chance to join his success story. But Danny didn't need to prove anything to them anymore. His success spoke louder than their rejection ever could. What was once a useless invention, laughed at and ridiculed, was now making millions and reshaping the world of pet accessories. Danny Thompson had gone from a joke to a legend. He had turned his dream into a reality, and in doing so, he had changed the world, one cat selfie at a time. Today, Danny Thompson's cat selfie stand is more than just a product. It's a legacy. It's a symbol of perseverance, passion, and ultimate redemption. What started as a joke on national television, dismissed as a ridiculous and useless idea, has now become a household name, a multi-million-dollar brand, and a global movement. Danny went from a humiliation of being laughed at by the very people he sought validation from, to becoming one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the pet accessory market. His story is one of the most inspiring in business, proving that with the right mindset and unwavering belief in your idea, anything is possible. His journey wasn't easy. There were countless sleepless nights spent working in his small garage, perfecting the cat selfie stand. There were moments when he almost gave up, when the self-doubt and rejection threatened to overwhelm him. But Danny Thompson didn't back down. He knew that his invention had the potential to change lives, to bring joy and laughter to people who love their pets as much as he did. Despite all the obstacles, Danny's refusal to accept defeat is what makes his success so powerful. The road to success wasn't just about building a product. It was about building resilience. It was about pushing through every moment of failure, every setback, and every person who told him his idea wouldn't work. Danny Thompson didn't just prove them wrong. He went on to reshape the pet accessory industry and created a product that has now made millions and made people's lives a little brighter. But Danny's journey isn't over. He's not content to rest on his laurels. With his cat selfie stand now a success, Danny is looking at the next big idea, the next project, and the next opportunity to change the world. His message to everyone watching his story is clear. Never let anyone tell you your ideas are stupid. The world may laugh, the world may doubt, but if you believe in your idea, keep pushing forward. Because, just like Danny, you could be the one who proves the world wrong and changes everything. So what's your crazy idea? Type, "I believe," in the comments if you've ever been laughed at, if you've ever had someone tell you that your dreams were impossible. And don't forget to share this story with someone who needs to hear it, because who knows, maybe your idea is the next one to make millions. The world is waiting for you to show them what you're made of. Danny's comeback is proof that with belief and perseverance, the impossible can become possible. If you've ever had someone laugh at your idea, it's time to turn that energy into your fuel for success. So, the next time you have an idea that makes others laugh, remember, it's not over until you say it is. Drop an "I believe" in the comments if you've been there before. And don't forget to hit that share button. It's time to inspire others who need to hear this story. If you enjoyed Danny's incredible comeback, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us, and it helps bring more powerful stories to your screen. Click the bell icon so you never miss an inspiring journey. Thanks for watching, and remember, your crazy idea could be the next big thing.